Yeah?
Think so?
Alright. Welcome back everybody to a New Horizon project tournament for 2025. Today hosting will be me, Reyes, and accompanied by David.
Oh, I think that's me.
Today we'll be having Apex Racing versus the Chasers, a highly anticipated matchup with two teams that consist of that are very stacked in terms of drivers and skill. So, what do you think, David? What are your predictions for the day?
Predictions? Both of these teams have really strong players that absolutely just do their job well. And it's pretty hard to actually predict who's gonna win on top. Definitely a good match. I'm capping, hopefully.
So the first race will be Highway 201 and East. Do you want me to do a recap, or should I just go with it? I think I'll just go with it for now. I don't think recaps maybe later.
The track is on near the start of city perimeter.
Yeah, think so. Ah, okay, got it.
FR POV
I don't know. Senpai left.
Are you playing?
Wait. It's Gogoi is okay.
Some players who play up at a higher class.
Okay, so Gogoi is playing lower class. That makes more sense because he's a controller player, right? Okay.
Yes.
All six are ready. We have Highway 201 and East, which is okay. Yeah, here we go. One, two, three, four. Can you do me a favor, David? Can you just check if that tunes are fine?
Well.
Please, 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 please. They're all using the same car, except for Sipping. Anyway, so just check the Subaru one.
Should have told me I was going to do that.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Yeah, 30 seconds. It's fine.
Well, yeah, they use the left hand setup. Yellow.
Okay, for
turbo
Subaru. Okay, green engine. Alright. And for the A4? It's fine, no?
Of course, green, 396.
No, no, the. Yeah, alright.
Fine.
Here we go.
Well, the Subaru is not that bad on the keyboard from what I remember, so even though like Doziac and keyboard, I'm not sure that's keyboard shouldn't have
Here
that
we go.
much advantage if you really focus on it.
Right,
Pretty equal
so
start.
even start. Yeah.
Have slight changes, but you know the first corner is gonna verify. Surely.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be really hard to determine that it's because it's kind of like a blind corner, right? No one likes that corner either. So let's see how everyone takes that one. Very safe. Very, very safe. Yeah. No big risk. Dude, it's so close. Sipping
really
is
close.
falling a Sipping falls a bit behind. Oh wow. People are very wobbly in their lines. Doziac seems to have gotten it best, but John seems to be in the lead.
Oh.
And N turned it way too early. N turned it way too early for that corner, and now it's John and Doziac leading the. Oh, has N fallen? Okay, N has fallen far behind now with that small mistake, and it really shows you how skilled today's lineup is, right? But I really didn't expect this so early to happen. Because N was showing super performance yesterday on the same track, right? He finished first in the scrims that we were doing. So I thought he would, but looks like Doziac has taken the lead. Yeah.
Base.
Yep.
Those long straight after the turns definitely, amplify any sort of moves they can make.
Yep. Yep. But it looks like Doziac has taken the lead back from his teammate, which is inconsequential. Really doesn't matter. But it looks like Sippin has also taken third place, which means that it's a Chasers 1 to 3. Considering this was Apex Racing's pick, this is a bit shocking to me. I don't know. Maybe their plan maybe they they thought the Chasers would not be ready for this pick, but looks like the Chasers were ready and prepared to steal this pick back. But yeah. And no mistakes. Oh, I think a couple of them hit. Yeah, you can hear the background noise a bit. They hit a bit, but looks like it's not affected their pace that much. I think it's gonna be a Chasers 1-3 unless Sipping makes a mistake towards the end.
Corgi make that out.
Yeah, but in the end, yeah, it looks like the Chasers are gonna win round 1. Wow, that's a statement win from them.
Well, it happens sometimes.
Yep, that's amazing. I really thought it would be a closer fight because Apex Racing picked that. they picked this track and they picked the class, so I thought they would be ready, right? But looks like Apex was caught off guard by the Chasers' pace.
They definitely, backfire if you make a small mistake. That's definitely, the charm of highway tracks.
And
Or
I'll
like
just wait for
simple,
the
simple
event.
tracks.
Yep. I'll wait for the event to head for the results thing to come up.
So, 45, yeah, right? So we're playing to 3 points first.
Yes, 3 points first. Event ends in 0 seconds. Surely. Alright. So first round goes to the chasers. It's the chasers pick next. Oh damn. Right. So still getting used to the debug cam. That was fine, right?
It was like,
My bad. It's loser's choice.
oh,
I forgot. So Apex Racing will now have to bounce back from that loss. It looks like they were all very well ready for that Highway 201 and East pick. What do you think, Ivan?
very interesting to see three, like, first 3 places taken by them.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even their pick, right? Or was it?
Yep. It wasn't their pick. It was not.
Yeah, so that's definitely a surprise to see.
Yep.
But,
I really thought, considering the fact that it was essentially 3 controller players versus 3 keyboard players. Oh, guess who's online? Guess who's online? Randhomme is now online. That might spice up the competition today. But yeah, as I was saying, considering the fact that Apex Racing had 3 controller players, I thought their D-class space would be better. But the Subaru is really, really good on keyboard as well, right? So I think...
It is, yes. It has a
Yeah.
very smooth curve steering.
So I guess, yeah. Maybe if I had a team of 3 controller players, I probably wouldn't have picked a track that favors a keyboard car. Maybe I would have picked something more technical. But maybe it's also likely that Apex Racing was, feeling the track and feeling the car. So maybe they thought they could have done better than them, but they haven't. So maybe they'll bounce back with a better pick in that next one.
Probably not. I want to see gameplay. Come on.
Yep. Double pick. Now, so we still have FR, John, Corgi, Sippin, and Gogoi in the group. But last group, right? It kept switching up, and I didn't even know who was in the group at the end of it. So it's very interesting to see sometimes these teams, they don't add people to the group till the last minute, which means you don't know who's gonna come in and who's gonna play, right? So it really doesn't matter in the end because all you need to do is your own race. But yeah. Gogoi leaves the group. I'm assuming this is going to be a higher class pick then, with Sampaio coming in. Since it's FR and Corgi in the group. If they go A, S1 or S2, they could be the chances will bring Doziac back.
Oh, Highway 142 seems to be next one.
Did they pick?
Yeah, FR sent it in please chat.
Highway 142.
Right.
Guess who will get added to the group now? Okay, see, like I said, Doziac comes back.
He restarted again?
Yeah, he restarted again. I never saw him go offline, but yeah, he did. Okay. Apex, who is your third player? So, I mean, it's no secret that they have the best Highway 142 player in the world. Like, Ran is known for being great on Highway 142, right? But Highway 142 is also super risky pick. Uh, because simply because of the fact that there are so many places where you can make small mistakes, and it's such a momentum based track where if you make that small mistake, it's not a like 0.5 second mistake, it can blade into a 2 second mistake. So
Yeah.
okay, invite rant expected. All right.
Honestly. And even contrary to what the name would suggest, Highway 142 is not really that much of a highway track.
Oh yeah, it is very mixed, no? I think it's mixed highway more than actual highway. And
Yeah, like the
I mean,
long straight is a bit deceiving because the turns are most of them don't really feature, you know, that many places where you can take advantage of your high top speed.
yep. I'm surprised Mika isn't playing this one.
Oh! Wait.
Oh, Mika is. Okay, Mika, Rand, and Corgi. Okay. This is gonna be a banger of a race, alright?
Wait, is this B class or A class?
A class, A class. Highway 142.
A class.
Yep, this one.
Is it on a map? Look, check.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's on the map. The circuit.
It's gonna be a 6 minute long, painful race if no one makes mistakes. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an
sprint
entertaining
version.
one.
The sprint version is not on the map, right? The B class.
No,
one.
no, no, no. No, I don't think so. Come,
Oh,
no,
okay,
it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, to be honest, since they have Rand, it was always gonna be a pick, right? They were always gonna go with Highway 142 if it was on the if it was a choice.
Maybe some of the car picks can turn tricky.
True. So, in general, Highway 142 you either go with the Daytona or the Nismo. Nismo is actually one of the cars in NHP, except it's been nerfed to 733 rated, and it's not as good now. Now, I don't know what car if
Writing in
I
game.
would go. Sorry?
I'm just saying that to write the thing in game.
Which one?
The not you, the track.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? I didn't understand, right? What in game?
The track. FR wrote the track in the voice chat, and not in the game.
I wrote it in game already.
When? Only after the other team asked you. You know.
My bad.
Yeah. You know, it's a bit confusing sometimes. You know, I cut it.
Yeah.
So we're writing up.
Yep. Sipping, Mika, Corgi ready. Waiting for the other three. That's Doziac, John, 4 out of 6. Doziac and Randhomme. So I think these two and Mika will be the deciders, because in longer tracks, that's when your skill and stuff show up, right? Because you're so much more consistent. Because your skill floor is higher than others in general, right? So I think this is where these three should shine.
Consistency definitely helps.
Yep.
Tracks.
All right, 6 out of 6. Here we go. So, okay, check setups, please. Oh my God, everyone's going. Is he? He's going with the Pontiac GTO. Okay. Looks like Mika and Doziac are going with the same car. That is the GTS. Tune, custom sport, custom sport. Yep. Corgi is going with the Monaro. Yeah, it's fine next time. But it looks like the tunes are pretty much the same. So. Okay, tune. Wait, one sec.
LGTO.
Okay, here we go. Right, here we go. Awful start. Really good start from Corgi. Probably high NASCAR.
Yes.
But Corgi.
GTO has a weight start. So.
Yep. Yeah. But again, it's
not much
a long
for now.
But it looks like Rand is catching up slowly. Yeah.
The cars. The different card picks can definitely make a difference on the track.
Now, here we come to the first shortcut. First shortcut should be a huge. Yeah. Oh, okay. So John and Sippin crash. But looks like the top 4 are through safely. John and Sippin have crashed into the shortcut, but looks like Rand has made a small amount of time onto Mika and Doziac. But looks like all 4 of them have caught up. Looks like Mika and Doziac have caught up to Corgi.
Looks like.
They have. It looks like Rand is also gonna catch up to Corgi now. But yeah, like I said, my prediction was on spot, right? But yeah. Okay, Rand overtakes Doziac. He might have been cooking with his car choice, you know that? Like, yeah, he knew what he was doing, I guess. Just look at him go. He's already caught up to them 1 minute 44 seconds into the race. But it looks like the the Viper has more axle, but it might be that the GTO has better handling, I think. And I think Rand has chosen to.
It's regarded as like a very mixed car, right?
Yeah. Well, the ACR is more, axle based, so. Mika goes really wide there. Yeah. Wall bang. Perfectly done by both of them, but looks like Rand is catching up to Mika. But I think Mika's car pick is better than Rand's. But I don't know, maybe I will be proven wrong. As Rand overtakes Mika, and now we see Mika on the back foot having to catch up to a car that will do better on the second lap since it has overall better performance. Yep, that's what having less NOS power does to a car, right? In the long run, your car will be better. But look at that, Mika with the better axle is catching up to Rand, and he overtakes Rand for the position. Could be. I think it's just high-end axle. I think it's just high-end axle, yeah.
That wasn't that much time lost on the first lap.
Yep. But looks like.
For the rest of the. No, I'm in the first straight, not the first lap.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like the lineup is the same for most of the lap.
Yep.
The mistake on the first shortcut definitely did it set back Jonryser and Sippin.
Yeah.
Help them.
And as things stand, as long as Corgi plays it safe and manages to keep his position, it should be an easy win for Apex. But like I said, the Viper looks like it has better high-end axle, because look at Doziac catch up to Rand right there. Rand goes for the wall bang into a tighter entry into the shortcut, which looks like it has paid off. Yep. All three of them ran with a much better exit out of the shortcut. Looks like he is in the lead right now, but he is gonna
Doziac
be caught up by
kind of
Mika
catching
and
up.
Doziac. Yeah, Doziac with an insane exit. Like
Yeah,
this
he
is what I
started
said
accelerating
though.
very early.
The acceleration I think just kicks in much earlier for the ACR. Sorry, for the Viper compared to the GTO. I think that's
It is
what
easier.
is carrying these two in this race. But look at that, Ryan catches up to Dozic. I think the Viper is really hard to control. I think it's a bit, it's the tricky understeer where you don't know a car is understeer till you actually start turning it. So I think that's what the Viper drivers are going through right now. But I think Dozier and Mika both, masters are driving that sort of car. Mika makes a mistake. Mika clips the wall, and Rand now takes the lead of the race. Doziak has taken Mika's place in chasing Rand down, but it will have to be a dogfight till the end. But it really doesn't matter because I think Apex Racing will win as things stands unless Corgi makes a huge mistake. I think that's what the chasers will be hoping for right now.
So,
Yeah. No one goes for the wall bang. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it's A class, true. Yeah. But looks like Rand has taken control of his home race, his comfort race.
Setup.
Oh, Dosi.
Setup. TC is not winning with this setup though. They need the core. Oh, Corgi dropped a position just as I was saying that, and this may
Oh
actually
no.
be. It's not. It's not gonna be a win. I think. Just
No,
yet.
because Rand is in the lead. Yep. If Doziak maybe takes the lead, no, still not because Mika
Yeah,
and
that's
Rand
gonna
are both.
be a win.
on.
It's a win in
Yeah.
this current setup. If Doziac overtakes, it's gonna be a win. So
Either way, yeah, 2-3, right? So Apex Racing
no, no, no,
should
no.
have it in the bag. 2-3-5.
I mean, if Doziac catches up, it's gonna be a win. Well, I think. From whatever,
Oh,
from what I
oh,
look
oh,
at.
oh, oh! Doziak catches up at the last turn. Wall right. Doziak with the acceleration. Can he win this? It's so close. It's millimeters away.
It's very close.
And Rand
Oh,
takes it.
and
Oh
finishes
my
first.
god.
Very
GG.
close. Wow.
That bit. And that's a win to Apex Racing with Apex taking first,
Yes.
third, and fifth,
Yes,
and
it's 8,
Chasers taking second, fourth, and sixth.
9 points. Right? 5.
Yep.
5 is the first. 3 is the third. 8, and then 9 for 9 to 6 points. Oh wait, it wouldn't be a win if there's a cut up. My fault.
Yeah, that's what they have. They have 2, 3, and 5, right? So that's enough points for. It will be 11-0 edging up for in the favor of the Apex Racing. All right.
You need 8 points.
1-1.
At least.
And since it's loser's choice, the Chasers pick now.
So,
1-1.
good choice. They may choose a very high class car
Yeah.
to throw upon
I
the
think I think it was a.
Although,
I mean,
they
were-
did very well with D-Class earlier, so maybe they will just keep it up with E-Class next. But, well, you see, E-Class
Yeah.
has... E-Class, E-Class has some definitely specialized players in low classes. Is Aragon playing now? Or is he
Aragon is not
today?
playing today. I think.
Oh,
I don't see him online. Yeah, he's not online.
well, that definitely doesn't help from...
Yeah,
In
for the
that
lower classes, yeah. But they already picked D class, so if Apex picks E class, I think they have a guaranteed win.
Apex
But
is not
again,
taking... Oh, right.
no, no.
Well,
If
you
they
never
have,
know.
if
If
they
they
lose,
lost the D-Class pretty
exactly.
decisively,
They
so...
lost D class, so they can also lose E class. You can never predict what can
Yeah.
happen. So yeah, so A class is done, D class is done. Now I think it'll be one of B or C, unless they want to risk it and go S1, S2. So the thing if you go with S1, S2 is that it's a bit risky, right? The jumps in this server is not very, very consistent, and you can easily crash out if you make a mistake in your entry to the jump. So going S1, S2 is very risky. But it might be the risk that the chasers will have to take because I'm 100% sure Apex will go. Alright. I'm 100% sure Apex will go with the lower class track if they have the choice to, because they have controller players like N, Rand, and maybe even Corgi or Kodoi.
Yeah.
They have very high class, lower class players. So I don't know. Depends on what they're gonna do. It will be very interesting to see what each team will choose to do. Doziac has gone. Has Doziac gone offline? I don't think he is offline. Doziac is offline. Okay. He never shows Doziac is offline for me, but
Weird.
he is a friend, right? Yeah, he's a friend. Did he
Maybe.
remove me? Maybe. Right. Be interesting to see what the chasers pick now. 2 minutes for chasers pick. No one in the chasers is in the group, so they don't know that. Right. That's unfortunate.
I mean,
It's fine though.
they're restarting, so.
Yeah. So yeah, 1-1. This is really close, but I think Highway 142 was kind of like a good pick, and because they are both Mika and Rand who are very 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 good Highway 142 drivers, right? They both have very very good times and are very very consistent in that track. So I think it is a very good choice to pick that, because if you have a 1-2 or a 1-3, it's essentially a guaranteed win. Unless your third driver like completely sells the race, and Corgi did not, right? Corgi still stayed fifth, which is which was enough to win. So, alright. So now we will have the chasers join the group.
I don't know. My bet would be on S1 and S2.
Mine's on B or C.
Well, let's see.
What did they cook? I am so curious. I'm thinking it's a B class. Maybe S1 would be a. S1 makes more sense actually. You're right. So what are they gonna go with? I was right.
Oh,
B class. On me, bruh. I know this game inside out.
good job.
State your lineups. I mean, to be honest, I would have gone with a higher class if I was them, but yeah.
Well, maybe. You never know what they cook.
But yeah, it's kind of very interesting to see how everyone's, they're choosing their liners very strategically. So
Well, we have DC restarting, so.
yeah. Kempton Dogs B class. We go with John, Doziac, and Sipping again. They've gone with the same lineup 3 times now.
Well, maybe. We don't have anyone else for that for now. Yeah, he said that it's only these three and then 2GZ for their lineup role.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was expected Arigan out of nowhere. My English is dying slowly as we speak. That's unfortunate. Alright. Apex Racing. Line up. Still debating. I wonder how the debates go. Is it like I want to do it? No, I want to do it. No, I want to do it. Or is it more like you do it? I don't want to do it. No, you do it. I don't want to. Kempton Dogs, P class hell now. Don't. I'm touching that. Right? That shortcut.
Not careful.
The first shortcut is very irritating because you need to hit the inside of that shortcut to get it perfect, right? To not hit the wall on the outside. Okay, you're going with Rand, Mika, and Gogoi. Okay. Alright. Anyone needs to start?
I mean, that's kind of late.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking.
I mean, didn't someone restart already?
Yeah, Mika, see? Mika has to restart, told you. I figured that even someone in there was...
Should call for restart.
No, I need to know the driver lineups before I restart so that I know who is actually gonna be playing, right? Yeah, see, Gogoi also restarted. They have to reset because I don't know who has restarted and who has not for the, in between, so... Alright, so they have gone with Rand, Mika, and Gogoi. What do you think?
Valid. Could be valid.
I wonder what cars do they... Will they bring NSX again?
Very
Or will they
possible,
bring something different?
And then it's like proved itself very useful on Palm Tour. I would consider the Palm Tour very, very similar environment to this track. You know? There's a lot of acceleration zones. Not that much top speed sections.
Yep.
Wide turns.
Yep.
All around retaining the speed.
But it is a 2-minute 40-second track. I wonder if they will go with something more power heavy.
That would be risky for this track.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I think everyone will go NSX. Yeah, everyone will go NSX because it's...
May not be the choice for the track.
Yeah. Especially because there are some turns that are a bit tricky and you don't want to take risk into those turns, right? So we're just waiting for Gogoi to come into the group. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Alright. I mean, in the meanwhile, I can just take a run through Crampton Docks where Gogoi joins the group.
I mean, not like you're visible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So pretty easy track, honestly. It's it's all in Kempton. Oh, you're not on POV. Okay. Why? Oh, it's on POV right now. Oh, okay. Alright, 0-6.
At least a bit of a short track this time.
Sorry?
Bit of a shorter track this time.
Yep, 2 minutes.
Highway.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 2 minutes something.
Bro,
Shit.
wrong button.
Yep, I figured.
Oh wait. What?
Oh, okay, Supra.
Oh, Supra. Yeah, right. Supra exists. I forgot about that.
Yep. And looks like Mika is also going with Supra. John is going with a Mustang. I thought that would be a really cool pick as well. Sipping is going with a S2K. That's an interesting pick. Gogoi going with. So Apex Racing has decided Supra is their car. Ah, yes. Okay. So if you guys remember, the Horizon project had a time attack where it was this it was a Palmont something time attack, and everyone went with the RX-7 because it had overall more pace than the NSX. So it will be very interesting to see whether that will pay off in this race. The Doziac pick. Right. Give me a second. Here we go.
Starting. Okay, 4 players. Really close to each other with the Supras and the Mustangs. Doziac and Sippin a little behind because different cars.
Yep, less nose power.
A bit better handling than Supra.
Yeah, it looks like John falls behind a bit due to worse handling. Mika going for the inside line, but doesn't really matter because in the end you make it in the same race. Yeah. Now this will be interesting. Will anyone mess up here?
Ooh, Gogoi!
Shortcut! What?
Wait.
Okay, shortcut goes through for some reason for me. Okay, whatever, that's fine.
That was confusing.
Yep,
What
but yeah, I don't know. It's probably just a debug cam thing. But I think Gogoi went around, no?
I mean, I saw that. Wait, no. He's right behind.
But yeah,
was very
Rand
confusing,
has.
very weird.
Yep, but Rand has taken the lead of the race, followed by Mika, followed by John, followed by Gogoi, followed by Sipping.
Okay.
Doziac is a bit behind.
Mazda Honda.
Sorry?
How are the other cars doing,
To be honest, I thought Doziac would start catching up by now because the Mazda has Mika. Okay, you want me to show them?
I guess. Oh, okay.
They're right here.
Far behind. They're not that far behind. This will definitely be very decisive. This battle between these four.
Yeah, but as things stands right now, it's Apex Racing with top 3 and Chases with the bottom 3. John goes very, very wide there. That's not how you're supposed to take that corner. Doziac, I think, breaks very late. Now it'll be interesting to see if anyone makes a mistake here. No one makes a mistake. I know that looks very confusing, but trust me, no one's made a mistake. Gogoi gets overtaken by 2 players almost, if Doziac can catch him up in the next corner. But looks like Rand and Mika are carrying Apex like they did in the last race. Absolutely hammering it here. Yep. Just more than enough for them to take the win. Doziac, takes that corner very well. But I think it's too late as Rand and Mika march to finish the victory. Sippin takes 3rd place, most likely.
Oh, he's
It looks like Gogoi is coming first. Yeah. But it looks like it's.
Ooh.
Gogoi takes 4th place. No, he didn't.
Oh,
okay. That is so close.
Lord of Ford.
But yeah, looks like Rand and Mika carry Apex Racing once again. So, Apex Racing 2-1.
Potential match point.
Alright, interesting. B class picked by the Chasers, and yet they are not able to capitalize on their pick. Right?
Can't beat Supra.
Yeah. Just go Supra for win, guys. Surely. That border thing was very confusing. I think this is a debug cam issue. I will look into it later.
Do you have it in single player?
Sorry?
Do you have it in single player? Can you drive through it?
Yeah, I checked.
Check. 'Cause, we still
Yeah.
have to wait a little bit.
And we have 5 minutes, yeah. Let me just check. You want me to check through the cam or you want me to check through my gameplay? Like while racing through it or through cam?
Just look if you can
I'll just go here.
drive through.
The chasers pick E-Class. Field. Okay, so everyone picks the Civic for E-Class.
So there's a high chance for that.
Yeah. But I don't know. Do they have a cheese pick in mind?
Maybe they just
Yeah.
wanted to be down to.
Okay. I don't have the barrier.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so get the lineups.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, now the thing is fine. Yeah, alright. I'll check that.
Maybe they just decide, Field is a very simple track. Maybe they just
It's
decide
also
to make it, like a gambling. Maybe decide to, whatever happens, happens.
Alright.
The track is, barely anything, you have 4 very wide turns for the E-Class.
For E-Class, yeah, I don't. It feels like a very easy track where,
Yeah.
as long as you don't
Maybe
make
that's
mistakes.
why. Yeah, maybe they just want to, gamble.
But if I am 3 keyboard players, would I gamble my race, my event, my win on E-Class?
Well,
I don't know.
mean,
I don't know.
obviously
Feels like a
decision.
interesting, yeah, very interesting decision. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I mean, to be honest, they went A class, they lost. They went B class, they lost. They went D class, they won. So following that logic, it does seem like going with
That track was a little bit more, difficult. A little bit more content for everything.
Yeah.
Field, I believe, shouldn't be.
Is there a chance? Is there a chance they go with something other than the Civic?
I'm not sure. Like
Maybe they have a niche pick in mind.
Lady had a same-ish top speed. I'm pretty sure.
Yep,
Skyline,
207.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
206.
Skyline should also have the same top speed.
Yeah, I
Very
don't know.
interested
I am
see
not
what
sure. Maybe they don't want to reveal the picks for the next event. I'm not sure. That's me. That's now overthinking at the next level, to be honest. But maybe they don't want to reveal all their picks. That they might be saving up. Yeah, like something like S1 or S2, which is probably where this lineup of Jonryser, Doziac, and Sippin would
Very
shine,
little
right?
choice though, We have like 3 cars in this too.
True. No,
Yeah.
like what if they're like maybe like they're keeping the track selections up the sleeve. Doesn't make sense because rotations are weird. I don't know. I'm just trying to understand why they pick E-Class. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Apex right now. E-Class. I didn't expect E-Class. That's not on the chases at least. If anyone, I thought Apex would pick E-Class. But I'm very interested to see how this will turn out. Because we went with D class and the Chaser one. So maybe they have something like the Subaru, some lineup where they're hoping Apex will make a mistake in the lower classes. Now it'll be interesting to see whether they will retain Rand in this lineup. They do. They go with Corgi, Rand, and Gogoi.
Corgi, Rand, and Gogoi. Interesting.
Very interesting. So they don't take N. They take Corgi instead.
Something popped up and he's not available.
Who?
N.
N just came online. I saw him like 2 minutes ago. Yeah, no N was, see? Even I thought that. No,
Well,
I don't know.
they said
Maybe
it, so
yeah, maybe they're going with this lineup because it's an easier track. So maybe something like that. Oh, Corgi goes offline. Nice.
yeah.
It's nice to see that I don't have to remind players to do stuff. They're just going offline on their own.
Yeah. Well, everyone else did restart.
Yep. Okay. Oh, why in? What?
Oh, they
No, no. That's so unlucky. He's getting
okay.
parent out. Oh. Right. Will this be the final race? Right. Corgi is online. Um, Never mind, he's offline again.
Oh,
He was online, now he's offline again. Four out of six. Honestly, oh, I keep forgetting about debug cam. But yeah, I don't know. E class? Really?
well, they made their choice apparently.
You
As
make your bed,
surprising
you
as it
lie
is,
in it.
as surprising as it is to not have M in the E class.
I mean, if they had Aryugana and then they went E class, like it would make a lot more sense, right?
Gun is from the other team.
Aryugana's not playing.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
no.
what is Apex? I know.
They said they were.
Yeah,
I think from what I see in the chat. Huh?
okay.
Huh?
0.4 GB activities. Be rich, be up.
What?
I don't know. I think there was miscommunication.
I don't know. Whack.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
They choose sickly field. see how that goes. Interesting. Are they all gonna go Civic? Civic? Skyline?
Well,
Yeah.
well.
Civic. Fair Lady. Skyline. Okay, the Skyline might have been why they picked Hickory Field. That makes a lot of sense.
See the setups?
Yeah, alright. So Civic setup is pretty much the same. The basic stuff. Skyline has this one. 9-3. What? Wait.
What is that setup for? Doziac has a different setup.
Yeah, I figured. Saw that, yeah. I saw that, I figured so.
Yeah, blue quality and then turbo.
Yeah.
Fruit tires.
Thanks for checking that.
Supposed to be 249.
Yeah, I saw 242 and I was so confused and I was like, did they nerf Skyline sometime and I didn't notice?
It was not even used.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh my god. So unprofessional.
Sorry.
Alright, here you go. So now Doziac is back on the right setup. And Corgi with the Civic. And Sippin with the Fair Lady. Yeah, looks good to me. Yeah. Here we go. Final race, E-Class. Who would have thought?
There we go. They ran him way behind on the start. Flashbacks on the BMW Cup.
Yeah, maybe just had a really bad start. But look at this. Look at this. The chasers has the gamble paid off?
Civics? I guess the Civics have a weaker start but better handling. And, you know.
Oh, but I don't know, it all depends on the power, right? Does Civic have more power than these cars combined? Yeah. It looks like N is catching up to them. Oh, Sippin line. Hello. But yeah, N is catching up to all of them. N is now in the top pack, while the others are a bit behind, as you can see. They're still there right behind them, but I want to keep my focus on the top pack in case anything happens. But as things stands now, the chasers should take this, despite it being E-Class. Very surprised, but it looks like they knew what they were doing with the sickly feedback. Very nice, very good tactics from them.
Very good chance. That was a very good chance, you know, for them to have the car choice being different.
Yeah.
Oh. Like N may take the win.
Just watching, just seeing if Corgi and Rand could catch them.
Are the Civics way behind?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Civic was not like Civic was the pick, but maybe there was a bit of a I don't know lack of preparation maybe for Hickory Field, or maybe just Rand had a really bad launch. Yep. So chasers with second, third, and fourth, that should be enough, right, to secure them.
That's 9 points to 6 points. 4, 3, and 2.
Now the final.
So was the last race decided the same as it used to?
I'm not sure. I need John to ask. Just asking John about it.
Used to be just
picking
the class, right? Used to be like picking the class and then randomize.
One picks car, one picks class, and the other picks track. That's how it works. Okay, winner gets class pick.
The loser.
No, he said winner gets class pick. Loser gets track pick. That makes more sense, right?
The winner picks the class, right?
Yep, and the loser will pick the track.
Well, it did pay off. Hard choice.
But yeah, wow. Okay, so they knew what I mean, to be honest, just thinking about it, if all three of Apex Racing had a run like N did, it would have been an Apex Racing win. So it was a gamble. It was not a surefire pick, you know. And maybe if this race happened one more time, and if Rand didn't get a fast start, I mean, obviously, I can make up 101 different scenarios, right? But again, this was not 100% guaranteed cheese spin. This was a calculated risk, and it did pay off. Good on them.
Okay, so Apex is supposed to pick a class, right? What's the picking? Yeah, ask them.
Yeah, I asked already.
I'm not sure.
They are discussing.
Are they?
Yeah, they are discussing. I already seen. If the chases pick the class. Already asked. C class. Okay. Apex.
Wait, the winners are supposed to pick their fucking class.
Yeah. The chasers won the last one.
Oh, wait, that's true. Oh my god. I'm so.
Where's your head at, buddy? Where's your head at?
Not here. Not here. Alright, my fault.
Alright, Apex will pick the track. C class.
So boring, you know? Okay, but.
I mean, no one wants to go S1 or S2 because it's so risky, right? RNG, anything can happen, blah blah blah.
Oh my god.
What are they going with C class? C class, you have the projects, Bonded Riverside, First Brew, Seaside and Fisher, Rosewood Park. I think that they will go First Brew.
That's a good chance.
Has a good chance. They could also go with the projects, but I think they will go First Brew. I'm not sure though. It could either be between either of them. Because I don't see. Sorry?
Was the Camden track there?
Seaside and Fisher. No one's going Seaside and Fisher first.
Oh, it's that short one, right?
Yeah. No, I'm not going Seaside, especially that first jump. So tricky to get it perfect every time. So. Rosewood Park, though, too much RNG with the props. Not gonna take a risk with that one. If I'm them, I agree with you. I would either go the projects or the first brew.
Yeah.
I would take first brew, honestly. But again, they have their own plans, they have their own strategies. Alright, so the chasers will go with John, Doziac, and Sippin, and they will restart. Apex still hasn't picked the track, by the way, so I'm wondering what they will pick now.
Okay, they have online, right?
Yep.
It's been 3 minutes. So
It has been 3 minutes. I'm waiting for Apex to. I already sent them a reminder.
take the shot. Yes, them again.
They haven't. They're
Maybe
waiting. Still
don't,
waiting on.
maybe they don't know. Dude,
I don't
the
think they
timer.
expected C plus.
Come on, hurt him up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hastings.
Huh.
All right. Okay. I don't know if that was a troll.
Well, it's not M.
It's not bad.
It is not banned.
They choose Hastings? That's a bold choice. Let's see if it'll pay off for them.
They may be
Hastings.
selected, so.
But Hastings C class?
Anything can happen.
Apex shows Hastings. Okay, honestly, that's a banger of an open track too for them to choose.
Okay, are they restarting? What's the lineup for Apex?
Apex lineup. Apex needs to restart once they're on the lineup.
Yeah, like, let's get it rolling. It's gonna take like 8 minutes.
Start.
Go faster.
I'm trying, my friend.
Interesting.
I really like this, how some teams have cheese picks that they prepare for beforehand, so that it's like when the pick comes to them, they will have a guaranteed win. Instead of just preparing for every track and with every car, they instead prepare for 2-3 very specific tracks, knowing that when it's their pick, they will pick this and it's a guaranteed win for them.
That's how it works.
Yep. Okay, nice. Okay, so FR is on the lineup.
What's the lineup?
Waiting for it. Hastings. Oh my god. Hastings C class. RC the cinema. They're definitely gonna go with something more power head, like high power end, right?
Good chance. Look, in the high classes, it's dominated by kind of techie cars, so.
Yeah, but this is C class you're talking, but it's not even
yeah, it's a bit different there.
Yeah. I wonder. It'll be very interesting to see what's gonna happen now. Because anything could happen.
Dude, can they stop stretching it so much? Like, just make it a mine.
You know what? If for every 30 seconds that they take too long, we should penalize them somehow.
Okay. What? They just give the point. No, not quite, but like, dude, you should start the timer every time, something.
Even if a team doesn't respond to time, what can you do? Give the point. Okay, Mika and FR.
See, so who restarted? Did he?
Mika has restarted. Rand has not restarted.
FR restarted. Yes, I guess it's just Rand, right?
Yep.
Mika was online, right?
Yeah, Mika has restarted. He was offline. Is he online now?
Okay, invite them. No, yeah,
Well,
he
yep.
came up a bit early.
Riding Mika.
F4 went offline, online as well. See in
Uh,
the chat. In the chat.
he's not in. He's in garage.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But he's on. Okay, so we
Fine.
have
Oh my god.
Doziac.
Longer than the track
John.
would take, not gonna lie.
Well,
Okay. You waiting for random?
yep. I mean, okay, so going through the NHP cars for
Sequence.
C class, you have some very nice picks that will be good. You have the RX-7 that Doziac was rep. You have the RX-7, RX-8s. You have the Skyline R34. You have the A4, which is nerfed a bit. You have the TT 3.2 Quattro. You have the Cobalt. You have the GST.
Brera was not bad at all either.
Yep.
Look at the Akura.
Oh.
Or even the
Yeah.
Subaru. To be used in Sequence.
I hope no one will use the Victoria Crown.
I mean, Crown Vic wasn't that bad either. Definitely was a...
The
like
old
a
version
regular!
Alright. I think the most popular pick will be the Skyline.
But it has a
R34.
really strong start.
I think the R34 will be, but again, it's gonna be like what? I think it's gonna be at least 8 minutes or so, right? Since it's C class.
I think RX-8 or RX-4.
I think RX-7 would be a strong. This one. It has low loss, but very good high inflow.
You don't need those at all.
Maybe, that's it.
How long is the man restarting game? Wait.
Please restart faster.
We took more time on the track.
Honestly, we should like implement that to be stricter, right? The time limits on picking and stuff. And if they don't pick,
Yeah, 5
they
minutes.
forfeit them back. If they don't pick in time,
This
they
time
forfeit them back.
You had 2 picks, you know, one and then pick. But there,
Oh.
one team picked.
Why is French? I thought French and it was supposed to be good. Why is Rand taking so long?
I just know that German knows something very bad.
Is it? Oh.
Oh. That's what I generally have the impression of. Although it can complain about it internet.
Yeah. I don't know if some of the chases now have time bugs because of how long they've been waiting. But I hope not. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, that's Apex for taking so long, you know, to decide
Yeah.
lineup.
So, who has not said? Yeah. He's
Maybe
gonna
he
say raise. He's gonna say raise
maybe-
with a question mark. Watch.
Maybe
He's
he
gonna
fell
say.
asleep from the waiting, you know. It's very possible. There we go. That's hard. Ah. You know, in 20 minutes, I think the relation's ending, right? Oh, we're close. We will be close. Like, let's see the setup for the cars. The cars itself. Okay, BMW Benz. What's the setup on the Benz? That isn't the top. Okay, seems fine.
The Pereira.
Ferreira, yeah, I mentioned it. I saw Mika using it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doziac with the TT. Yep, that's the right tune. Same goes for Rand. Oh, Rand and Doziac with the same cars.
Yes.
Mika with the RX-8
RX.
called it.
Yes.
It's a nice one.
There's a car.
And Sipping with the Quattro as well.
TT. Okay.
So three TT Quattros, one RX-8, one 190E. This is a bold pick because this is a very supposed to be like a short track car. Not sure how that is gonna work. And then we have the Pereira. So very interesting. Okay, let's see how it goes.
It's not matter.
Yeah. He has more good things. Oh,
That.
because you're good. It's a long race. Anything can still happen. Oh, Sippin with the light. Yeah. True. I think the GT is much more handling based, while the RX-7 is, more.
Back in the day, blue cars.
Yep. Back in the day. Sound like you sound like an old man. Like an old man. Alright, but it looks like Evo has more power. FR has caught up with Mika. Oh, okay. Mika not going to the ball pump. Yep. But it looks like Sipping is keeping the chasers hopes alive. While Apex Racing has
this
2,
current
3, 4.
position is not good for them. No.
Yep.
There's plenty of space to make mistakes.
Yep. I mean, it's gonna be an 8-minute track, I think, at this stage. So, oh, Sipping. Oh.
Wow.
FR does it the best. Did anyone make up? Oh! Okay, no, I thought there was a mistake on someone there, but no. Looks like FR might take the lead here, no? If it's on this jump. Oh! FR goes flying. I think he had a double bounce there. Yep, and Mika gets back to FR. But it doesn't look like Rand is making a mistake. So it all depends on whether the chasers can get Rand to make a mistake to get a position or two, right? And I think that's the only way they'll get something. Yeah, maybe. Yep. But it looks like Doziac is falling behind by a large margin to the John. Mika takes the lead. Oh, okay. There's that RX-7 power coming through, like you mentioned. We have Rand, who's watching all this action. His job. Yep. I think it's a bit. Like if you look at the percentages, they are right. I think he's right behind him. Yep. There you go. Yep. So I think we should keep our focus on this part of the race, right? Because now what matters is whether John and Doziac can catch up to Randhomme, right? Oh, Randhomme, maybe FR made a mistake. So it's this position that matters the most right now. Can John and Doziac catch up to FR to give the chasers a chance? Because otherwise it looks like Apex is taking this thing home. Yep. Oh, John going through the gas station. That's a line and a half.
Beginning.
I mean, it's not like there's no hope. He can see them on his screen right now, right? He can see FR and Ran.
But that would not really be enough. To overtake them.
Yep, true.
Okay. I mean, if you're
Oh, not with mistakes like that.
both, then sure. Since the cars are slower, it's gonna be
Yep. Yep. But it looks like Mika has a very sizable lead out in the front. To Sippin almost by 1%, one whole percentage of the track, which is big, right? Because it's Hastings. So yeah, looks like Mika has taken a sizable, very commanding lead. But Sippin is right behind him. I think Ran and Sippin are very close to each other, so I'm gonna shift cam to that. Yep. Give me a second. So yeah, Rand overtakes Sip. Oh, I got that right on time. Yeah, alright. Sipping makes. Oh, Sipping is the inside.
that made damage.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
That made me
Yep. But I don't think it's gonna happen now. To get Mika out in the front. Yeah, and I don't think. I think it's really hard to throw it at this point. You know, with the amount of gap that's there between your like Mika and Sipping. So. Yep. Wow. All right. I mean, the chasers made their mistakes in the beginning, right? And after that, the Apex never looked back. Apex kept going and just kept pushing the gap wider and wider, and that probably put a lot of pressure on Sippin because he knows that he has to stay in first or second, give the chaser a chance, and at the chance when Rand is closing up to your bit, because obviously, right? Maybe he took a couple of corners better than Sipping. Sipping probably felt a bit of pressure to increase his pace to keep up the pace, and made a mistake, which eventually didn't just cost him his position to Rand, it also cost him his position to FR. So that's kind of unfortunate, honestly. But yeah, looks like Hastings is a very momentum-based track. Doziac is making a couple more mistakes. Yep, he's falling far behind from the rest. Yep. Especially, yeah, it'd be right before the highway. Right before the highway, yep. Yep. Especially because it's before the highway. But, yep. Apex Racing takes the win. With Mika, Rand, and FR leading the team in a 1-3, 1-2-3, followed by Sipping, followed by John, followed by Doziac. And GG's to all. Well played. 3-2 to Apex Racing. Apex Racing. Right. So we have results. Apex Racing wins 3-2 against the Chasers, and more importantly, Chico is snoring.
Oh, it was a close match. So as we predicted, it was a close match.
Yep, it was.
Going to tiebreaker.
Yep. But again, I didn't expect. Yep.
if I had to bet on that, I would probably lose that bet.
Yeah. But yeah, GG's, well played. And hello,
Yes,
Mika.
man. Greetings.
Congratulations on your win.
Good job.
Thanks.
So, so take me through the races. So your first pick, the first pick that you guys had was Highway 201 and East, which
Yes.
obviously backfired, right? Because you picked that track, but you didn't take the win. So what was going through the team's mind when that happened?
I think it's best if N has answered that question by himself.
Yeah, man.
Right,
I
then?
think I was getting hit by every fucking car in this race, so there is no point of talking about that race. Thank you very much.
Just unlucky.
I don't understand what he meant when he said he got hit by every other car, but
Hidden. The car are fat asses, but I can't see shit.
Ah.
Bro.
okay,
Yeah.
alright, that's
One
fine.
of the players
Unfortunate.
can obstruct the view.
Alright, okay. So, so you lose D-Class and you're thinking, what can you do? You pick Highway 142 and you bring Randon. Was that a pre-planned move? Like, did you always think if Highway 142 is in rotation, we are bringing Randon and gonna try to take the win like that?
If Rand saw when Rand saw Highway 142 in the rotation, neurons activated big time. So I immediately knew he had to step in.
Alright. What did you
Rather,
think about his
entire
car
team knew.
choice? Yeah, right. What did you think about the car choice though? He went with the GTO rather than the Viper, which seemed to be the preferred choice of both you and Doziac, right? So what did you think about that? Was it like, I don't know, I'll just go with the best mixed car, or did he think the GTO was best for a reason?
I think someone suggested to try the Pontiac GTO. I believe it was FR instead of a Vauxhall
Okay.
Monaro at first. And as it
Okay,
turns
alright.
out, it did something.
Well, I mean,
It did
ATR
something.
It did look pretty threatening on the straight, so.
But it
Except
felt
when
like,
it was a Viper.
yeah, the Viper looked so like far, like especially when we saw Dozier catching up to Rand at the end. I mean, to be honest, it didn't matter because you, Rand,
yeah,
and
good point.
Doziac were way far ahead. But still, Doziac was 0.01 seconds behind, so insanely good races. And for the third one, so Apex is 1-1, right? And now we are wondering, what does the chasers pick? What do the chasers pick? And they pick Kempton Docks. And why did you plan to have the Supra for Kempton Docks? Because it looked like everyone was ready for the Supra, was ready for Kempton Docks, and had the Supras ready.
Entire team was rather prepared for the Supra. At first, I hesitated. I wanted to pick RX-7, but then I followed my teammates' advice, and then I picked the Supra.
Well, it looked like a good pick because it looked like the fastest car on the track. So a good pick, which ultimately I think played a huge part in that, along with very good driving. So good job from all three of you from that.
I legitimately had no idea that it could be that good. I was expecting the RX-7 RZ to do better, but
Yeah.
did Doziac have a hiccup or something? Or just a bad moment?
Doziac. So the RX-7 launch in itself is bad, right? But Doziac fell back way further than I thought he would in the beginning, and he just didn't have any momentum going into any of the turns to capitalize. Because the first 2-3 turns he didn't have the speed he needed to like at least keep up. And the second lap he was getting up there, but it looked for some, but it just didn't look like the RX-7 had enough, power and C-class to keep up with the Supras. So yeah, good choice pick in my opinion. And okay, so this is the most interesting part. All right, so me and David were discussing. All right, so what do the chasers pick? Surely it can't be E-class because they don't have Arugon. They don't have a controller player to to battle people like Grand or N who are well-known lower class controller players. And they pick E-class Hickley Field. What is going through the team's minds? Because I know you guys had a very long discussion about it when that pick happened.
Me? I'm supposed to speak?
I don't know.
Either of you.
Yeah, the EKFL one. Yeah, I was talking about it because I said that Skyline bullshit is gonna come back on me, and it kind of did. I told them that the car that might be used will either be the 240C and the Skyline, which they did, because it has more acceleration and I'm pretty sure it's equal or more speed. I'm not sure.
Seems like Start was better.
Start was better. Yes, it is indeed. I think I don't know. I think it's more acceleration in general. I don't have acceleration on the Civic, so yeah. Even though they did pick that, unfortunately I'm controller. This is what happens. I don't like that car. Please get the fuck out if it's a highway track, and that probably is something to note down. Next time we play a highway track on the E-Class. That's all I gotta say.
But honestly, you did catch up to them by the end of lap 2, right? So maybe
Yeah.
do you feel like with a better run you could have won it?
Bro, I won the race.
Oh, you did? Oh, no, man. I thought you were second.
He did.
No, I did. It's just that I played the track. I don't think I even played the track before. I just drove it, and apparently it just happened to be a highway track. I just knew that from somewhere. All I'm gonna say is that if you just pick highway E-Class, you're likely gonna pick those two cars instead of the Civics and the Megane.
Alright, noted. Thank you. And for the final pick, this is definitely something that I don't think any of us expected. So again, I'm thinking that the chasers would pick something S1, S2 because they have Doziac. But they didn't. They go with the C-Class. And I was looking through the C-Class tracks, and I'm looking through First Brew, I'm looking through the projects, and I'm thinking, okay, Apex was practicing this before the race, so they might go with one of these. And you guys write Hastings. And it was not from FR, this one was from Rand. So I thought it was 100% a troll message, like Rand trolls around sometimes. I was like,
it
okay,
was so much time already,
Yeah, and then someone just says Hastings. And I'm like, hell no, C-Class, really Hastings? But you guys actually made it work. You guys actually knew what you were doing. So take me through what was going through your mind then. Mika.
Well, I was a bit in a conflict with the car choice.
Right.
I was at first hesitated to pick between Breda, like John did,
Right.
and I was hesitant with picking the RX-8, the old goodie. And since also like there was at least 1 or 2 people who were practicing that track for a bit, which surprised me, especially that it wasn't a rotation.
Hastings?
We decided to give it a go. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. You can't complain. It won them the race, right?
So I basically went all. We went all in with that long track.
All right. Yeah. I feel like that pick was definitely a swing from out of nowhere, and I don't know. Is John, are you willing to do an interview now?
Sure.
Alright, so when the Hastings pick came, right, what was going through your mind? Because you picked C-Class thinking that probably one of the C-Class restricted tracks would get picked, right? And that's Hastings gets picked out of nowhere. What is going through your mind then?
I just wondering what car should I use for the track. Like, I had no idea what I should use for this track. I thought of the Mika, I thought of the Brera, and thought of the TT 3.2. So I recommended to both Doziac and Sippin the TT, and I went for the Brera because I can't use the TT for shit. So yeah, I basically didn't know what I should be doing on this track, and yeah, I lost because I am terrible on the track. Doziac probably didn't expect it, and also made a lot of mistakes, and Sippin did pretty much what he could.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it was just a very unexpected pick right? Especially this always happens when teams pick open tracks because everyone expects the other team to pick a class restricted track, right? But when they pick an open track, it suddenly throws them off because suddenly you're going through the car list is going through your mind and you're thinking, okay, what car actually makes sense on this track? So I think, yeah, I think this is a strategy that I think other teams will start using again as the event goes on. So yeah, I think maybe next time you can be better prepped for the open tracks too.
On another note, though, we had only 3 players, so that played a really huge role on our loss. We couldn't really articulate much as a team because we had only 3 people to play. So
I mean,
it was
still,
pretty difficult. But
yeah,
yeah,
I mean, taking 2 maps of Apex Racing despite having only 2-3 players straight, amazing job, alright. I definitely have to give you props for that. So
all the way.
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, especially going with the E-class pick. I mean, I mean, really ballsy because I thought you wouldn't do that since you didn't have Aryugan, right? And you didn't have Roman. So I was like, there's no way they're gonna go E-class. They probably go S1, S2, and then you guys pick E-class Hickley Field. Of all tracks, Hickley Field as well. So I am thinking, okay, you guys have gone crazy. You guys are just, I don't know, doing something wild. Yeah. So did you guys? Yeah. Did you guys actually pick that, thinking, okay, we know this car does better than the Civic on it?
it's not really that the Civic was better, but rather that the difference between control and keyboard will be smaller because of the 2K GTR. So we picked that. The 2K GTR has an advantage on, especially on the launch, and acceleration maybe only a little. So we could actually do something, and we got second, third, or fourth place to guarantee the win. That was calculated, yes.
That's usually what makes teams wins. Yeah. So amazing pick, honestly. Props to you for that. Also, just going back to the first race which you won, were you actually expecting to win that? Because it's D class, it's Highway 2 on an East, it's a lower class, maybe a bit controller bias. Were you expecting to win that one when you were going into the race?
Actually, Highway 201 in East was like the track I was expecting the most to be picked because of Ant, especially. So it was quite predictable, and we could actually prepare for it. Also, I was Highway 142, but I am terrible at it, so I couldn't do much.
And do you have anything to say to that?
No.
Alright. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the interview. If anyone would like to say anything to the stream before we end it.
I don't really have much to say.
Corgi got burned out.
Alright. Alright, Mika, anything you'd like to say?
Nah, that's it.
Alright, alright, so FR says, really glad we got that R5. What is R5?
Race 5.
Oh, race 5. Okay,
Okay,
around
so
ice.
still.
Yeah, Hastings.
Okay. Yeah. All right. David, anything you would like to say?
Good. Good watch. Although the waiting in between was a little lengthy, honestly.
Yeah. All right.
The
We
races
will
were
probably.
they're pretty good. I like them.
Yeah, we'll probably have stricter rules for the time in between the races also. Yeah. Next time maybe.
We need a
If-
time to start, maybe.
Yeah, but what, John? What is actually supposed to happen if a team does not give their pick within the 5 minutes?
If a team does not give the pick in the 5 minutes, the other team gets the pick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is often messy when we have organizers playing the actual match. Yeah, that's true. Alright. Okay, that wraps up today's tournament. Thank you to everyone who watched this amazing 5-round match. Genuine, a lot of strategies, a lot of mind games.
A lot more exciting than yesterday's.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that wraps it up. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to FR for the stream. I hope my camera work was good enough.
It was good.
So yeah. All right. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Take care.